Hi. How's everything looking? Everything's looking good. Okay. Yeah, actually we need to adjust the audio. For that, gotta remember to lower it when we switch over to Outlast. So it's been a little while since we played. Let's jump back into Konami's chapter.
How adorable was that?
It was pretty adorable, I think. It was 2 weeks ago. More than 2 weeks. Yeah, I think definitely it was more than 2 weeks ago, because I couldn't do it last week, and there was Extra Life. No, was it 3 weeks ago? Oh, good lord. Oh, this is your first stream? Well, welcome. Hopefully it's enjoyable. I can only hope, anyways. The audience cheering along with the rhythm of the song. It's suddenly filled with exciting shouting. Has it been 3 weeks since I've streamed? Since Extra Life? What date? What day? It's the 27th. Alright. Good lord. No, I streamed a Sunday, I think, after Extra Life. Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks since you looked at me. They kept chanting their names even after the MC pipes in, and a huge happy smile spreads across my face.
I know we're all sad Kanamin Kitchen couldn't be here tonight. But since it gave us a chance to see this kid's amazing moves, I'd say it's a fair trade.
Nanako is pretty gay. Great. Gate? Yeah.
Will Kanamin switch over to Kanakoko before the public gets bored of Kanamin Kitchen?
Wow, that's rude.
Huh? Whoa, lighten up there. It was just a joke.
It was a rude joke. For all you know, they're dead.
For all these Kanamin fans here today at LMB, I better watch what I say. Don't want to end up with a knife in my back when I leave, right?
I mean, sure. Probably. Sharkborn, 23, thank you for the sub. Hey, Chronos, hope that everything is going well. It's going all right. I had to go to the store before this, and that was a dumb decision, really. Enjoying working through some of your VOD playthroughs on Dragon Quest XI. Oh, you know, Dragon Quest XI was a great game. I really, really enjoyed it. The first 2 acts in particular were, like, just really great. Also, thank you for the bits as well. I don't have my alerts today. Normally, I would have, like, the thing on that side, that pops up, but I'm kind of switching over alert stuff, so I haven't gotten around to that yet. So hopefully by next week, hopefully by the time I actually do that Nuzlocke stream on YouTube, whatever the hell that's gonna be.
Still in all, I'm glad that at least you didn't get food poisoning, Kanamin. If you'd gotten sick, then Nana-chan would have been the only one left to perform.
And she would have nailed it.
No, these people don't care.
We've still got the debut of Kanamin's brand new song coming up at the end of the festival, folks. And I know you're all looking forward to that.
Is she having like a crisis
From
now?
all I've heard, it's a scorching.
They don't care who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Kanamin Kitchen or
Oh,
me,
yeah.
or
Well,
even Yuko-san.
I mean, that's not exactly true, right?
I have no bonds. That's why Yuko-san.
I mean,
The pressure from everyone is crushing me.
I feel like you shouldn't justify the hanging of oneself like that, Kanamin, but I understand that some dark stuff's going on right
I
now.
don't want to sing. I have no right to sing that song. It hurts so much. I feel like I'm suffocating. I want to disappear.
Right, so this is how you're gonna get dragged into that realm then.
Too weak even to stand. I know.
I'm assuming you're gonna awaken a persona? That is very annoying. Oh, hello, Monster Slayer as well. I missed your message earlier.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop!
Yeah, not a great place to have a breakdown. My scream echoes, and the stadium, just a moment ago filled with excitement, is now filled with hushed silence. Well, that's awkward. The MC, Nanako's on, and the audience are all staring at me.
Big sis?
Well, you're the main attraction now, Nanako.
We seem to have gone off script, folks.
There's a script? Should have gave it to me. My heart is pounding in my ears, and I quicken my pace even more. I pass by several staff as I head through the long hallway to my dressing room, but they all just look confused by my urgency. Those are some gigantic tea bottles? Maybe? After I rush into the dressing room and lock the door, I set both hands on the desk and take a deep breath, trying to calm myself. I just ruined my career. Well, at least temporarily. People love a good comeback story.
That was weird. Who was that voice? How do I know about Yuko-san? I never met Yuko-san. There's no way I would... So how?
Banana phone? Dun, 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 dun. A familiar ringtone sounds from my cell phone inside my bag. Who is it? That looked like it was coming from your chest. Pocket, I would assume. Who is it? Inoue-san? No, that can't be. This is my ringtone for private calls. I don't know what I'm so scared of, but I feel some kind of lingering dread as I check my phone screen.
Dojima-san. Hello?
Mashita, where are you right now?
Having a freak out.
Huh? The LMB stadium.
I'm sorry.
People really do
there's something
love
I
the
need to
drama,
check
don't
with you.
they? With
Do you have some
celebrities. I don't get it. It's not my thing.
Yes.
Sometimes I can get lost in reading some about it, but it's like, I don't know. Some people, take it too far.
I talked to the patients who recovered from that mass lethargy syndrome. It seems the rumor was true.
You mean about the curse?
No, not that one. Though I can't entirely deny that part anymore either.
Huh? What do you mean?
All of their testimonies are consistent, even when I spoke to them individually.
Well, they could have planned it out, Dojima, you know that.
When I was watching the video on the site, these ribbon things suddenly appeared and pulled me in. I was in a dark place with tons of people, and I remember dancing to this eerie-sounding song.
And there was a teenager there with gray hair who ripped off his shirt and started dancing. It was really weird.
Someone came in and I thought that I shouldn't be there anymore. That's when I woke up at the hospital. They all
That's
said
almost
something
what it says.
like that.
So what I saw, it really was.
It matches your testimony. I thought this might be some kind of mass hypnosis, and I had a specialist look into the video. But not even the experts can find anything unusual about it.
That's not surprising.
No.
Experts are usually not experts.
One
In
other
video
thing.
game world, anyways.
All the patients I interviewed told me something strange. It was about the silhouette on that video they saw at midnight.
That's right. When I look at the LMB Fest website at midnight, you see a dead idol dancing. Those were the details of that rumor. But that silhouette is supposed to be Yuko Asada, who left us with our new song, Calisthesia. What more could he have found? Though I don't understand why I feel all shaken up. Probably because he's talking about a ghost haunting a video. That would probably shake me up too if there was any proof of it. But when I respond to Dojima-san, my voice is trembling, noticeably.
The silhouette?
They all said that silhouette looked to them like Kanamin Mashita.
That's impossible! Dojima-san, what are you saying?
I think he's saying you're suspect number one.
I was surprised at first too, but there was no inconsistency in their stories. And I'm sorry, but I looked into your relationship with Yuko Asada.
Yuko-san? But I didn't have one! I mean, we were both with Takara Productions, so I know her name, but still, I made my debut years after Yuko-san passed on.
I read the case file.
Huh?
I asked that contact of mine for it. According to the file, there was an audition for new talents going on that day. My hunch was right. The witness Takara Productions brought out, who'd supposedly found the body, was a fake.
A fake?
So I'm assuming you were a little girl, right? At the beginning?
They were a decoy for the...
I think she had the same
since the one
hair.
who really found the body was a minor.
Minor?
Not a child, but an actual minor.
It was a girl,
Hard hat and
10
everything.
years old at the time, who'd come to audition. Her name was Kanamin Mashita.
No, that's not true. I mean, I never even met Yuko-san.
Oh, it's just the way you're talking. That sounded really muffled for a second.
You have to remember, Mashita, When you went to audition that day, you just happened to come across Osada, the idol you looked up to, and followed her. And so you witnessed Osada's death, making you the first one on the scene.
So that the voice is your shadow then,
Like I
right?
keep saying, that's impossible. I don't know Yuko-san.
You probably just blacked it out because, you know, seeing someone hang themselves, especially someone you, like, look up to in the form of the idol, I guess, would probably be traumatic.
No, I have no doubt that Yuko Osada was your reason for auditioning. It was mentioned in the application submitted to Takara Productions. It said that back then you felt isolated, and you drew the strength to go on from Yuko Osada's songs.
That can't be.
I'm sorry, but it's true. You even agreed to police questioning the next day. But seeing Osada dead up close must have been too much of a strain. You went into shock during the questioning and had to be taken to the hospital.
Police? The hospital? That's a lie. I mean, I don't remember.
I mean, that's probably the point of this.
Yeah, you don't remember anything. The shock of that incident sealed all those memories away inside of you.
Huh? That's impossible. Where's the proof? I never once met Yuko-san.
I just need to know one last thing. That diary you always keep close at hand. Whose is it?
It's Yuko's. There's like no doubt about it.
The diary? It can't be.
1 second. I feel like there's something wrong with my headset. Or there's something wrong with the voice acting in this scene, which hasn't been a problem in the game, because every once in a while it feels like she's muffled. Anyways, I don't know why, but when I hear those words from Dojima-san, I suddenly feel my stomach drop. But no, that's impossible. What is he trying to say? This is my precious diary. It's mine. It has to be.
I found something out, asking around people involved with Takara Productions. Though everyone remembered seeing Osada with it frequently, there was one thing no one could find in her belongings.
Her wallet.
Osada was never quick to make friends with the people around her.
Relatable.
I think that's why the police seem to have overlooked this one thing during their investigation.
No. No, you're wrong.
I mean, I'm assuming you're right in your diary, right?
It's my diary. It's not Yuko-san's.
I just need an answer, Majda. Nothing is going to happen to you because of what happened back then. I'm
He
just now
lies.
arriving at the stadium. I'll be right there, so stay put.
Oh, you're lucky I just had a freak out on stage in front of millions. I had no idea what was going on anymore. I'm the witness of Yuko-san's case. I admire Yuko-san. My precious diary is Yuko's diary.
That's just impossible. Come on, Dojima-san. This has to be some kind of misunderstanding. What's going on?
You even know the password for that, like,
Diary.
lock?
This isn't Yuko-san's. It's mine.
That's right, it's impossible. Oh, it's probably the numbers sequence you said earlier. There's nothing to worry about. It's my usual self. It's really simple. All I gotta do is open my diary and read what's in it. I just need to do that, and then everyone will immediately see that this is all just a weird misunderstanding. Okay, you can do economy. Try to build myself back up as I pull the diary out of my bag. And then the ribbons come.
Pushing 4 minutes here.
Oh, then the anime came. Bunny Girl.
Huh? Huh? That is so weird. I totally can't remember. But, like, this is my diary. There's no way I wouldn't know the code to the lock. This is stupid. I'll get it soon. Mizochimizu is always scolding me for things like this. That's why I write in it every day.
You're right, it's 1324, but how did you know, Kanami-chan?
It's the same password as my luggage.
I heard
Combo.
that Mizochimizu decided on that passcode privately with a girl she used to manage.
No,
Try it. 1324.
it's not. This isn't mine. I thought this diary was.
I mean, so do you just have like hallucination slash, yeah, I guess like hallucination memories of you writing in your diary?
Yuko-san inspired me not to give up. did my best. But what I saw was
Oh, right, yeah.
Yuko-san just had to always be shining. No.
That threw me for such a
Kanamoto's
loop when we
problem
first started this
wasn't
game.
right at all. That's why I hid the diary.
And then you just picked it up later on in life and just started carrying with
The
you?
one who found her. The witness was. It was me.
It is your shadow. Okay, so it's not Yuko's ghost then. Bye.
What the?
What's going on?
Ojima, you look younger in anime form.
What? Hey, what's wrong? She's gone? What? Where'd she go? Hey, I can't see. Damn it. What the hell?
That's true, it can't be Professor Owen again. It just kind of threw me off, right? You had this intro of everyone dancing and just doing their stuff. It's like, oh, you know, it's a fun dancing rhythm game. A minute into the game, Teenage Idol hangs herself. Like, Jesus. Yeah, that is like, really? Master of the Midnight Stage, proceed. As we got through to Miss Ochimizu, we found a new door that seemed to lead into the edit bay from Takura Productions. Rise said she didn't sense any shadows inside, and we just believed her because why not? I led the group in there instead. I led the group in and stay on guard. Just in case. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually. I'm just dumb. While I look over the room's interior. But
this song. The hell? Are the shadows in here?
It's all right. Stand aside.
just start yelling at them. We instantly tense up as we realize we can still hear the song in here. However, Miss Ochimizu calmly steps past us. I thought I sensed danger, but it's true. Something's different. Not only are there no shadows, but the song doesn't affect us. What's going on here?
As I thought. This is only a playback of a recording.
At her clarification, we relax our guard once more. Probably shouldn't do that, so the song we're hearing right now is just being played back by this equipment. Still, I cast my gaze around the area. Chie looks to me and nods. She must be wondering the same thing.
All those dressing rooms? And now this place? Where are we, really?
Good question. But I can guess as to why these are all rooms found at Takura Productions.
You can? Why then?
A few days after Yuko passed away, I went to the police to collect her belongings. However, there was one item I couldn't find anywhere. Not at her home, not at the agency, nowhere.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Pretty sure it's the diary.
What you all wish to know. This item was something I gave to Yuko as a gift on the day she got her first gig.
Venus, stop scratching the door. That's not a scratching post. Okay, you can scratch it. It's fine, I don't care.
Yuko was so pleased. She set the combination to 1324, hers and my birthday combined. She carried it everywhere she went.
Hers and yours birthday combined. You mean like the day it's on? Or did you two add up the month and day and then combine them? I don't think that's how that would work, quite honest, but still.
It was her diary. You've seen pieces of it in those dressing rooms.
Unless you were like born on January 3rd and she was born on like February 4th. Maybe that's how that worked. I don't know. At her words, all the rooms we've been through flashed through my mind. A familiar-looking door, the table in the center, lights at the makeup booth, and the notes taped to the mirror. Then those were...
Those notes were Yuko-san's diary.
And one other thing. Resuming the discussion we were having outside. It's about that eerie song that's been playing constantly in this world. You said that you don't know what it is, no?
Huh? Well, duh. We heard it for the first time when we got here.
That's true.
True. But at the same time, you already know what that song is.
Hey, Steffi.
We do?
I don't. It's Calisthesia, but I still don't know what it is.
Calisthesia. Is that the song Yuko-san left behind?
That's right. It was Yuko's last song.
I mean, you know, from hearing it, it's probably for the best that she didn't release it, because that song's not that great.
Whoa, wait a sec. You expected that to become a hit single? I mean, it sounds so...
Of course, it doesn't work as a song in this state. You're hearing it reversed, after all.
Reversed? It's being played backwards from how it's supposed to?
That wouldn't make it sound like shit, you're right.
Yes, though I don't know why. I'm quite familiar with the song, so I noticed it at once.
Really? You noticed the song being played backwards. I have a few favorite songs in my life. I don't know if I could recognize any of them that played backwards.
If I reverse the track that's being played here, it would be the original Calisthesia.
Okay, by all means, go ahead.
Like so.
With that, Miss Ochimizu makes some quick adjustments using the equipment, clearly used to operating them. Abruptly, the eerie song changes to a charming melody with a young woman singing. Her joyful voice fills the room. I don't know about that.
So, this
Still
is
kind of sounds
Calisthesia.
like nightmare fuel to me.
The last song Yuko-san wrote.
Yeah, no, this is actually a song from a horror movie / game. Good thing you didn't release this.
Wait, but something's not right about this.
Like what?
Miss Ochimizu, is this really the song Yuko-san left behind? I mean, the vocals.
Are horrifying. Though Rise's noticed something, she seems hesitant to finish her thoughts. I sense something odd as well. The voice we now hear singing Calisthesia feels oddly familiar somehow.
You're right. Yuko Asada isn't singing this.
Then who?
Aloha.
The singer is a girl who was at the studio auditioning on the day of Yuko's suicide.
So a 10-year-old Kanamin?
She was the one who found Yuko's body.
Kanami?
What?
This girl lost her memories of the incident from the shock of what she saw.
And then 6 years later, came and joined the studio.
Ironically, it was just after passing her audition. It was only recently that I learned her identity. I suspect that she is the voice ruling over this world. When I struck a deal with the voice, it made a stage before my eyes. If that voice's owner is indeed the one who created this world, it's no surprise that there are dressing rooms and an edit bay from the Takara Productions that she knows.
So you're saying she sees these places all the time, so it ain't weird for them to show up when she made this place?
That's usually how this world works, sometimes.
I mean, I don't get that handmade feel from this room or those dressing rooms. It's more like they just popped up the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When you're feeling relaxed, it kind of brings out your natural self.
Indeed. And Yuko's lost diary is most likely in her possession. I noticed something odd recently. No matter how many times I brought up Calisthesia or Yuko, she would never remember by the next day. At first, I thought she was doing it as a joke.
Horrible joke.
That didn't seem to be the case. Even now, she's consistently denying what happened to Yuko.
I think you should tell us who it is you're referring to.
This is the rough track we recorded for the festival. So of course, the singer is...
Lumby Fest, Calisthesia, Kanamin Kitchen, and Yuko Osada. Everything finally fits into place and connects together. So the girl singing this, and thus the figure in the case Miss Ochimizu is talking about, it must be...
Kanami Mashita.
You figured it out?
You!
Eyeshadow Economy. The voice echoes throughout without any warning, and the monitors in the room flicker before the culprit finally appears on screen. It looks like Kanami-san, but her eyes are gleaming gold and glaring down at us just like every shadow. Well, shadow person.
Morning, everyone. I sleep off every meal. I'm your Kanamin Mashita. I can't believe you told them about that, Miss Ochimizu. You are kidding about dissolving our bond.
Seriously? So the one who dragged those girls and us in here?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she didn't do it on purpose. The shadow might have, but Like, Kanami did not.
The one who released the video onto the LMB site? The mastermind behind all this?
I mean, maybe she did. She does seem to have memory loss problems.
Yep, that would be me. It's such a shame. The Kanamin Kitchen girls and Miss Ochimizu too, they're all gonna abandon me.
Kanami, stop this. No matter how much you struggle, you can't do anything about it now.
Wait, those golden eyes. Is that Kanami-san's shadow?
Yeah.
Shadow, what do you...
You shouldn't struggle. I feel so sorry for that detective, though. What was his name? Dojima? Do you know him?
What did you do to Dojima-san?
Oh, you have it backwards. Dojima-san's the one who did something. He just had to tell her things she didn't need to know. Now it's time for Kanami to...
What do you mean? Are you not Kanami?
Oh, yeah, you don't really know about the
Where is
shadow
she
stuff, do
really?
you?
You're losing your head, Miss Ochimizu.
If this was a darker game, that would have been the perfect cue for, like, a blade to come out and chop off Miss Ochimizu's head.
Well, fine. I'll make this one exception. Wanna see what Kanami's doing right now?
Is she dancing? Probably dancing.
Is this?
Oh no, she's having a
Konami-san
breakdown.
in the real world?
That's right. Now let's see what happens.
On screen, Kanami-san seems to be in some kind of waiting room, but with the scream, the feed abruptly cuts off. Was that?
Hey, did I just see...
You dragged Kanami-san into the midnight stage.
You're absolutely right. But that was inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured anyways.
She was alone, easily replaceable, unable to express herself, and had no bonds.
I mean, Nanako might have replaced her at the festival, that's true.
Poor Kanami. She didn't remember anything, but Dojima-san just had to butt in and make her remember. I was going to invite her here anyway, but thanks to Dojima-san, it was an easy pull. Though, it wasn't just Dojima-san.
Did you get Nanako here as well?
What do you mean by that?
I'll tell you something interesting. That room you're in right now, that's the place Kanami made in her heart to seal away her memories. Same with those dressing rooms. She locked away all the memories she didn't want in those rooms. Because she wanted to hold the Yuko-san that she admired within her.
So those diary pages on the walls were...
The memories she wanted to erase but couldn't were kept in those rooms. I exist within Kanami.
I know, you're a shadow.
That's why this world I've created
Well, honestly,
is affected by her heart as well.
I think you're supposed to say, I'm the real Kanami.
But I made sure to keep it hidden, you know? But you just had to keep provoking me, intent on conveying your bonds to her, didn't you?
I mean, yeah?
Whoa, wait! So this whole time we were trying to show you what a real bond is, it was setting off this Kanami chick's memories, and...
That's right.
Well, that's good.
Poor Kanami. There was no way she could have faced up to any of this. But she just had to try and do her best to help you all, because you called her a friend.
Yeah. She
Didn't
seems
stop her
nice.
from getting hurt, though.
Stop laughing! You're the one who started all this by kidnapping Kanami-chan's friends! All we wanted to do was rescue them!
Rescue? Of course you did, and this is what you get. You still don't see. What you did only hurt Kanami in the end.
I mean, maybe, but you also had a hand in that.
That's why I kept bringing it up. Showing your true self only ever ends up hurting people.
That's not true. It seems so clear in my mind, but I can't put it into words. Is this all true? All this time we were just hurting Kanami-san's even more? The truth, I mean, Kanami has hurt me a lot by, you know, not releasing any more Suikoden games. The truth is that Kanami-san has been hurt, and that she's pulled into this case now and dragged screaming into the midnight stage. Can we really be certain that everything we did was for the best? Yeah! Yeah! Kidnap 4 girls! Yeah! What? Yeah. Worries rise in my heart, and I tremble. And I tremble. A sudden chill running through me. However, someone pushes past us and gallantly stands her ground.
No, that's not true.
What?
If nothing else, these children saved me. I understand now, and I'm certain the same is true for those girls.
Yeah.
If they hadn't come for us, we would have been swept up in your bonds and danced here for all eternity. What these children showed us wasn't for nothing. Kanami, true bonds do exist.
Miss Ochimizu.
What bullshit! You're playing into this farce too, Miss Ochimizu? What a freaking letdown!
God, you are an amazing voice actor.
We don't need that shit here. All this cheap friendship crap is so shallow I could puke.
What the? Kana-chan suddenly got...
What was that? Something in the voice changed. Whatever's talking to us on that screen isn't Kanami. What in the world is this thing?
Are you really Kanami?
Are you not Kanami's shadow?
Who cares about that?
We do?
I've got something more interesting to talk about. I did go to the trouble of bringing Kanami here after all. Why don't I put in a little more effort to make this truly grandiose?
Another earthquake?
Kanamin's here with us now.
Does it still count as an earthquake in the Shadow Realm?
That quake can mean.
Did you think I was making a new stage for Kanami like I did with Miss Ochimizu? Of course not. I wouldn't waste the effort.
Or the budget.
After all, there are so many people who want to connect with me that are gathered today all on their own. Come on, let's think even bigger.
People who want to connect? You're not making any sense.
Is that a Noe-san's voice?
This might be bad.
I don't know why I'm calling him a Noe-san, but sure.
My senses have been screwy ever since I got here. But I think it's been a few days already since we fell in. If you remember what we came here to practice for, I think it's talking about...
the LMB venue?
Yeah, the Love Meets Bonds Festival.
That's right. That feed of Konami we saw was indeed from the dressing room at the LMB venue.
I could tell by the close-up of her face.
That means today is the day of the festival. This thing, it's after the LMB venue itself.
Wow, you got it! Hey, why don't we get started? Let's kick off this super sweet Bonds Festival so I can connect with everyone.
Is Nanako okay?
What was that shaking? My fur's starting to stand on end.
With a high-pitched laugh, the being wearing Kanami-san's appearance disappears. At the same time, the quaking around settles still. It's after the Love Meets Bond venue. What in the world is it planning on doing?
There's no doubt that it's gonna try something at the LMB venue. We should get out of here. Be ready for anything, guys.
I'm going to fetch the girls. Better to have them all in one place, just in case.
Sure.
Yeah, knowing that they're all someplace safe would be one less thing for us to worry about.
I'll be honest. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
You're just now having no idea?
Can do this.
Well, normally it was when they first get dragged in here.
Isn't that right, Inarakami?
Leave it to us.
Leave it to us. We'll do everything it takes to save everyone.
All right, this is gonna be our final battle. Let's get psyched!
Is it?
We must brace ourselves. There's no knowing what to expect.
Probably a dance number.
Investigation team, let's move!
Yeah!
After splitting up with Ms. Ochimizu and proceeding onward for a while, the scenery around us begins to change again. But this time, it would be an understatement to just call it a change of scenery. I mean, very heaven-esque from Persona 4.
What in the world?
Except for the streamers.
The sky's blue all of a sudden.
Look! Over there! Is this the entire festival? It's strange, though. It feels different from what we've seen in this world so far.
I sense it too. This is definitely the smell of Sensei's world.
Did they merge worlds again?
It's as
They do that a
plain as
lot.
the nose on my face. A part of the real LMB has found its way into this world.
A real place is in the midnight stage?
Dude, this isn't funny. What's going on here?
Welcome! Welcome to the Love Meets Bonds Festival! Isn't this fun?
I mean, yeah, kind of
I
fun.
brought it here. The venue, the audience, all of it.
You brought the entire audience. Oh, so Nanako's here?
The audience? You mean everyone who showed up for the festival?
Uh-huh. I want to watch their performance. I want to become one with everyone. I want to get up close. Everyone wants bonds somewhere in their hearts. If they could have that without any pain, there's no way they'd turn it down.
Impossible. If the voice is telling us the truth, then this LMB Fest before us is the one that should be in the real world. It's a staggeringly massive venue. The audience must be tremendous. With all these people here. No! Is it trying to?
Are you trying to connect the entire LMB audience with your bonds?
That's right. Won't that be amazing? Soon,
There's gonna be a lot of
Kanami will
bondage,
be the idol
isn't there?
Everyone wants her to be, and she'll sing our song of bonds. Everyone will be so happy. We're really about to become one.
Don't be stupid. Ain't no way in hell we're letting that happen.
That's true.
You just don't understand. It's okay. There's still some time until Kanami's performance. You can play with these kids for a bit.
That gate looks like it wouldn't stop anyone. Like, those gaps you could just slide on through. They really needed more pictures of these shadows tied up. This is the same one. I sense the voice leave, and at the same time, a black miasma pours forth. A horde of shadows emerges from it. Damn it, we don't have time for this.
These things again? Out of the way, damn it!
Yeah, just climb over the, just climb over the gate.
Don't! Threatening these shadows won't help anything.
Yo, make me feel better, Rise.
I know!
It's alright, Kanji. We've made it this far. Rise, pull up my tunes. We can't pull the LMB audience into this.
Got it.
I mean, too late.
For us, Senpai.
They're already here.
Leave it to me.
Okay, so.
Let's get it started now.
I'll do
Dance,
this.
lotus
Just you watch.
juice. Okay.
It's Sensei! Sensei's on! He's about to start!
Is this the intro?
Alright. Yeah.
I feel like this is the intro.
That went well.
The engine apparently was updated.
Whenever.
Well, that's good. I didn't know there was an update for it.
Perfect. How's that? Alright. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That went well.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Sensei, you're incredible!
Thanks, Teddy.
I mean, he's right. I am incredible.
That was perfect!
I really enjoyed that, Teddy. I'm glad you were here. Yeah.
Think he's still here, dog? I missed that horribly.
That went well.
No, it didn't.
Alright. Alright, I'm ready whenever.
God damn it.
Perfect.
Oh, oh my god.
Alright.
Woohoo! Here I go!
Well, at least Teddy's here again.
Awesome!
That's it. No problems at all.
My brain just like sent me the wrong information there.
That's my sensei!
Thanks, Teddy.
Nice combo.
I messed that up there too.
Alright.
Probably not gonna get a brilliant. That's fine. As long as I pass.
I really enjoyed that, Teddy. I'm glad you were here.
Wow.
That went well.
How did I miss so many there?
Perfect.
Yeah.
That went well. All right. That went well.
It's definitely going to be a passing grade. Like a C minus. Maybe a D plus. Oh my god, I fucked that up horribly. Little rusty. Yeah, little rusty is in fact true. It has been a couple weeks, but at the same time, yeah, at one. Yeah, I'm glad it's cleared. That's a lot missed.
Really good.
That was not really good. Yeah, aside from that last one where there was a bunch of like hold buttons, there was like one here that was coming down rapidly, but my brain was like, you need to press that left button over there. It just completely messed it up. How's that? Yeah? Pretty shit, right? That's right, you returned to the real world. But unlike Ray said, I still just barely train amateur when it comes to this dancing, obviously. Even though it's easier to convey our feelings in this world, no matter how many times I dance, I still worry. So when I see the shadows become streams of light and escape to this world, that's the only time I truly know I've done well. And I deserve a cookie.
Right. Looks like they understood.
There's actually a whole section of shadows just like, no, that was awful. Like, boo. Hey, the farm man. Still feeling the rush of excitement. I high-five my friends, finally relaxing. That's when Chie speaks up.
You know, now that I think about it, this is a pretty dicey situation.
You're just realizing that now, huh?
The entire LMB festival got brought over here? That's just insane!
This might be beyond what we've been facing up to now. Do you really think that was Kanami-san's shadow?
I did until the voice changed.
It's possible. The shadows we've encountered here so far were forcefully pulled from the people who watched the video on the LMB site. But compared to the shadows we fought in our previous adventures, these ones are somewhat anomalous.
You know, that's true. The shadows we're used to took the form of the parts of us we don't want to admit, that we buried inside us.
Not the ones, like, not the random encounter ones. Those guys were just shadows, like random shadow dudes. Your shadows, the pole dancer, the robot, yeah, those shadows were humanoid.
When they came out in that TV world, they'd talk non-stop to the point where it got obnoxious.
Relatable.
The way I remember it is them going on and on about things we never wanted anyone else to find out about.
I had the sense that the more they were denied, the more power they got as they came at their actual self.
Yeah, pretty sure everything led up to one of y'all being like, you're not me, and then they would transform, and then I'd have to have a boss fight.
I don't really like to think about it, though.
I don't deny it anymore. But it's still tough to say I'd accept it with open arms.
Leaving aside these bitter memories of our youth.
It was like a year or two ago?
Does this mean that thing seriously is Kanamin's shadow?
Whether or not she realizes it, if we take what Miss Ochimizu told us, we know that Kanami-san is constantly burdened with abnormal levels of stress. If she's indeed buried these memories rather than acknowledging them, it wouldn't be a surprise for her shadow to go berserk.
Yeah, but...
what caused it?
There was always a trigger that set the shadow off. For all of you, it was entering the TV world, since it's so closely connected to people's hearts. But what caused it in Kanami-san's case?
There's also the way that Shadow brought the whole LMB site from our world to here. Doesn't that seem way past what the ordinary shadows we knew could do?
Yeah? Oh, is it another god?
point.
Are we gonna have a dance-off with a
Not only did it
god?
pull in people's
That
shadows
makes
with
sense.
That video, it created this ginormous world. That's a lot more power than that poor maiden's shadow should have.
Then, we should consider the possibility of something with greater power manipulating events.
Okay, we're gonna have a dance-off with the god.
Or perhaps...
A roar of excitement erupts from the L&B Fest venue that has been dropped into the other world. Those weren't screams. They were definitely cheering. What's going on there?
What the?
Just Nanako
The crowd's
dancing.
going wild considering they got dragged into another world.
I don't know what it is, but I can sense a nasty presence that way. It's real strong.
It's Nanako.
Kanami-san's in danger.
They also probably don't know they're in a different world, right? I would imagine. I mean, they're gonna realize once their shadows stop popping up and being like, hey, you know that shit you don't want people to know about? Well, guess what? For a moment, I had no idea what happened. All I know is that when I came to, I'm standing on stage again, and Nanako-san is standing next to me.
What?
No, so we switch perspectives. I don't know, I have no idea what's going on. But for some reason, I feel like I have to protect Nanako-san. I rush to her side and set my hands on her shoulder. Time to dance with Itachi. I turn around at the loud chair. Standing there, I see myself, another me that isn't me. Don't tell it that. If that is your shadow, you're just gonna make it stronger. My legs are frozen with surprise and fear. I can't move at all.
There's two of me?
Come on, don't be so surprised. You, the audience, I brought you all here. It's because you seem to be in pain.
You brought us? That's right. The diary!
It's okay. There's nothing to be scared of now. Connect with me, and you'll have nothing to worry about. Abandon yourself and become the you that everyone wants you to be. You do that, and you'll get the bond you want.
A bond?
You do want one, don't you?
Nah, they're overrated.
You can't sing without one after all. Yuko-san certainly couldn't.
I sing all the time in my shower, and I don't have a bond. That's not true. Every word from this... yeah, I don't sing. What? No, every word from this other me is like a direct jab at my heart. Yuko Osada, the person I admired and the person I wanted to become an idol. The reason, not the person. The reason I wanted to become an idol. Sorry, my brain shut off there for a second. And then that day...
Yuko-san!
It's hard and it's painful, isn't it? Calistija has a song about bonds, after all.
So are you Yuko?
Yuko-san was so noble, so abundantly elegant, so loved by everyone. She was the one you admired, the one who saved you from your solitude. Yet loneliness tormented even her, resulting in the tragic end that you saw for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of true though, right? If you think about it, I guess like Robin Williams would be a good example of something like that, yeah? Someone that made a lot of people happy and touched a lot of people's lives, but like some stuff got in his way. His disease, I think, was one of the major contributing factors to it. But it's shit like that happens. It's kind of weird sometimes. Well, obviously it's weird sometimes when you hear about it, because you're like, wow, they seem so, like such a upbeat person with everyone that cared about them, but it's not always the case in their minds anyways.
There's nothing for you to express. You have no bonds of your own.
Please, stop.
I'll let you hear what the people in the audience think of you. Here.
Please don't be pervy.
Are you still building this up? Just hurry up and get on with the show, damn it!
It's gonna, yeah. Just, you don't have to be pervy with the ropes and the. I mean, you can. It's fine. We don't kink shame here. We do. Just other weird kinks, not like that sort of kink. At the same time, you're like 16, so don't. I mean, you already did the Southern Little Girl, which was really odd. And a little worrying, because I thought the cops were going to come bust through my door. And yeah, we had a shower scene already.
Bullshit. Just smile like you're supposed to. I mean, that's what you're paid for, right?
Am I getting paid? Because you pay me, I'll do most things.
Can't believe how full of themselves these idols are. Cut the crap and come out on stage so we can see some skin.
Yeah, there's that pervy comment. I can't take this. I don't want to hear anymore. Don't want to see anymore. I have no bonds and no right to sing that song. I want my own connections. I want to be accepted by everyone. But if it wasn't if I let's start over so I can actually speak English. But if I listen to what she's saying, I can have a bond? Okay, honestly, that's not that bad. It's still a little weird, but there's definitely been worse. A bunch of ribbons shoot out of nowhere and wrap me up, lifting me into the air like I just don't care. Oh, so this is just like what I saw before when Miss Ochimizu protected me back then. And in the corner of my eye, I see Nanako-san rushing towards me. Though through the haze, I vaguely wonder if it's dangerous for her to get this close. Yeah, but I don't have the energy to stop her. Also, you have a bond with Nanako!
Big sis, are you okay?
She's calling you Big Sis! And that's like the biggest accomplishment of your life!
Oh, I'm sorry. Nanako-san, I'm so sorry.
Also, avert your eyes.
I'm sorry for you too. That Kanamin's disappointing, isn't she? Here, come over to me. It'll be more fun to connect with me, won't
Nanako, get her. The other me speaks to Nanako-san, seeing her concern. Slowly, she starts walking towards her. My instincts to protect her flares again, and I muster up one last push of energy to plead with her in a ragged whisper.
Nanako-san, run!
Or dance!
Don't bully my big sis!
Yeah!
You're not Kanamin, I can tell. Kanamin is the only Kanamin.
Nanako-san doesn't run. She spreads her arms out as if protecting me and stands before the other Kanami, to stop her. No, Nanako-san, you can't do this. Yes, you can, Nanako! As my consciousness begins to fade, a tear runs down my face. Nanako-san trying to protect someone like me. You are high off the ground.
Kanamin! Wait, what the? Why is Nanako-chan here?
Just cuts to you ripping off his shirt, screaming. The entrance we found seems to lead us out of the dressing room, and as we run to the stadium, we end up emerging outside. So we're back to, I'm assuming, controlling Yu's mind now. This is exactly what we needed. As we rush to save Kanami-san, we see Kanami bound by ribbons and the golden-eyed other Kanami. And Nanako, who is standing there, standing before bound Kanami-san as if to protect her.
Big bro!
Nanako?
My voice cracks a little, unable to hide my shock. Why is Nanako-san here? Why is Nanako here? Wait, that aside, what is that costume? It's adorable! No, that's not important. We need to deal with the situation in front of us. Whatever else, we're here now, so we will not let any harm come to Kanami-san and Nanako.
That lady captured Kanamin. I tried, but...
You did a great job, Nanako.
You did a great job. You can tell me more about it later.
We let Nanako step aside and face the other Kanami-san. Once again, no, it would be more accurate to say it's something wearing the disguise of Kanami-san.
You caught us off guard last time, but it's time we started fresh. Let go of Kanamin!
Well, that was faster than I expected. Too bad for you that Kanami's already made up her mind.
I don't think she has.
Are you Kanami-san's shadow?
I don't think she is.
Who cares about that? The important thing is, Kanami's performance is about to start.
That's right. Oh.
I can't sing.
Sorry.
Without bonds, it won't reach anyone. But if I am the me that my fans want, then they'll connect with me.
Kanami-san mutters to her in her delirium, his eyes empty and unseeing. Now, at this rate, Kanami-san will be taken in by a monster, just like with Tamami-san and Tomoe-san.
Kanami-san.
It's Tomoe, yeah.
Yu-san, Rise-senpai, it's okay. I know I'm hopeless.
Don't say that, Kana-chan. You gotta hang in there.
I mean, she's literally hanging there. She's like 10 feet off the ground, dog.
You giving up already? Don't settle for that thing's fake bond.
But it's impossible for me. I can't do anything. There's nothing good about me.
I mean, you're 15-year-old and you're signed to like a contract to be an idol, so I'm pretty sure you're good at something.
I remember everything now. I admired Yuko-san. I was never good at socializing.
Relatable.
Even when there were people around, I was alone. But Yuko-san's songs encouraged me. They made me think if I could be like her.
Then do that, Kanami-san. It's never too late to start.
I mean, we can hang out, but in a literal, not a literal set. So we just can just hang out together. You don't want to hang out like Yuko though. It's something a lot worse.
I want to, but I can't. I mean, just look how she ended up. I don't even know how to show my true self. I'm scared of being hated, of making mistakes.
I get used to it and
I
relish in
don't even know
it.
how to get close to anyone. I want a bond so bad that there's no way I can sing about them. I can't be like Yuko-san.
How about you sing about wanting a bond? And just say that. Or you don't have to. Yeah.
There's your problem, Kanami-san. You don't have to be Yuko-san. If Calisthegia is about bonds, then you bring to it what bonds mean to you. If you don't understand them, then that's how you sing it. If you want something, express what it is you want. I know that might be scary for you. It might mean you'll hear a lot of cruel, hurtful things from people. But didn't you choose to get on stage to convey what you feel?
Or was it the money? Because I can respect that too.
That's right, Kana-chan. That new song of yours, what was it again?
California knows how to party.
Whatever. I want to hear you sing, what's it called?
I would love to hear you sing Tupac's California, actually.
There's no point in lying. You just need to be yourself and show other people who you really are.
Who I really am.
Come on, Kanamin!
Suddenly countless voices, I don't know why now I thought it was going to be read. Suddenly countless voices from the audience. We all turned to face them, caught by surprise. Right, we're on stage during Kanami-san's performance.
Oh yeah, there's people here. I got so into it that I forgot.
But they're cheering for Kanami-san. Kanami-san is such a liar. No one is devoid of bonds.
Well...
They just can't see it for themselves.
We having power-up? We're having a power-up moment, aren't we? No? Are we dancing?
That's
we're having anime.
You know, all of us are cheering for you too.
Kanamin, you just gotta stay confident.
Hang in there.
Why was she dressed like a tennis player, that girl behind those guys?
Are these guys serious with this crap? What's the point of this? Are people so stupid they actually enjoy these lame-ass skits?
Yeah.
This is so dumb. All this BS about boss makes me laugh. They're idols, you know?
I can't read that.
Crap about what the audience
What does that say?
We don't need this useless drama. Just make with the dancing already. Not like I was expecting anything from them. I just wanted to see a celebrity up close. The rest of it doesn't matter.
Yeah, what are they getting all preachy for?
Yeah, why are you dressed like a tennis player?
That's not what this is all about.
What?
It doesn't matter if this is just a show or we're just an audience. Kanamin and her group always tried to
Oh, you have ribbons on.
To us. I felt like they were telling me to hang in there. They gave me the strength I needed.
Yeah, if Kanamin's having problems, then it's our turn now to support
You
her when she
look
needs us.
really
I was
familiar.
going through some tough times, but I heard their song on the radio and it made me cry.
Look, okay, she's literally hanging there.
Hell with it. I don't care anymore, so just hurry up and do your best. Kanami! 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 Kanami!
Where'd y'all get the... Where the hell did you guys get the glow sticks? Can I get some?
Kanami! Kanami!
No? Okay. Yeah, power of friendship, I guess? It's like the power of the audience, actually. The cheers from the audience grow louder and louder and eventually form one unified voice. It was horrifying. The entire L&B Fest stadium is chanting Kanami's name.
The crowd's going wild for some reason.
Yeah, that happens.
The fans understood Kanami-san's feelings after
Or they
all.
grew impatient, one or the other.
They're calling my name.
It's like, that's great. Can someone get me down from here? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, well, almost. The crowd looked clone. Like, yeah, some of them definitely did look. But there was like that tennis player chick. That girl with the star on her face looked like some character from another anime or video game that I've seen.
Kanami! Whoa! The rest of Kanamin Kitchen's here! Wait! Why'd you come here? We told you to stay where it's safe.
Like we'd ever cower and hide when Kanami's in danger.
Yeah, Baka.
It would have been cooler if we were the first ones to show up, though.
Yep. Connors and us gonna be good friends from now on.
Friends? We got together and talked things over. Until now, we were nothing more than background players in the group to get people hyped up about Konami.
Yeah, that's what you were paid for.
It's odd now that I think about it. We're all with the same agency and about the same age, but we kept our distance from each other.
Are you all about the same age? You look like an adult. Morgana over there, she's like 9. Konami is 16 or something like that.
I think we were probably scared. We all thought we'd come under fire if we showed our true selves.
Well,
but things will be different.
Yeah, you look
going
like an adult
forward.
too.
We've decided that we're going to change. We will become genuine friends, like Yusan's group. Like us?
It's like, no. You can't date you as well. He's already dating all of us.
And as their producer, I'm going to stay with them through it all.
That sounds more hardcore than a simple friendship.
So, Kanami, we can't have you like this!
Kanami-san!
Kanami! Connors!
If this mic wasn't here, I'd bang my head against the table.
Kanami-san.
No, I wouldn't. I would not want to break my desk. Aren't these bonds?
Aren't these bonds? Everyone is trying to move forward. There's no need for you to look away anymore.
How close are we to the end of this game?
Sumo-mean?
Because I feel like we're getting close to the end.
Nose-a-mean?
So I would like to switch over to the Outlast Whistleblower, but if we only have like 10 or 15 minutes left, then I'll probably just finish this. Kanami-san speaks with newfound strength, and she closes her hand into fist. Determination visible on her face. 2 songs left, I believe. That's right, I learned that too. Is that like an hour? Because then we could just do that next week. As long as our friends' voices are with us, we can get back on our feet as many times as it takes.
All of you. You're my precious friends.
Oh shit, I was like 10 feet up in the air!
She broke free of our bonds?
Konami-san.
Am I gonna play the free play stuff? Maybe we can do like a stream of it or something like that after we finish the story mode. After escaping the ribbons, Kaname wavers, her steps unsteady. We're moments from rushing to her side, but we don't need to. Instead, the members of Kanamin Kitchen and Ms. Ochimizu herself surged forward from behind us, surrounding Kanami-san in support.
Kanami, are you okay? Yeah, you came for me after all.
Alright, looks like I can leave Kanami-san to them. I nod to my friends and turn to face the other Kanami-san still standing there, stunned.
All right, you. You're gonna pay for everything you've done.
Just start stabbing.
We got you now. Playtime's over, so get your ass back in her, damn it!
I don't think she's her shadow.
You silly things! You got this all wrong. She was the one who yearned for me. Oh, it was so nice inside her. And now you've gone and poisoned her, too. Well, that's fine. If she doesn't need it, then I'll just go take someone else's bond.
What's going on here? I don't think this thing really is Kanami-chan's shadow.
You might be right. It doesn't smell like a shadow at all. What are you?
Me? I'm one who yearns. The manifestation of the eternal bonds that people desire.
The what of what?
The god of bonds.
What I want to know is, why do you resist me so much?
One second, just gonna.
What people truly want is to connect without any pain or suffering.
Outlast. There you go. So my title's not lying.
Something's not right. She's acting different all of a sudden.
I don't need people like you. I don't need anyone who doesn't yearn for me.
I mean, I guess we could finish this.
It's all your
And
fault that
do, like,
everyone's been
more
poisoned
Outlast,
by
like,
this true
next week?
self-idea you've been talking about. That's fine, though. They'll understand if they connect with me.
We'll see how long. We'll see what time it is when we finish this. If we're this close to finishing it, we'll maybe do Outlast like next week or something like that. If you play all free play songs, it unlocks the prologue, which is just more dialogue. Okay. One second. I might actually have to go check something out. So I'll be... Horrible timing, right? Just horrible timing. I'll be right back, all right? Don't go anywhere. All right. Sorry about that. There we go. The voice coming from the false Kanami-san changes, and the black haze pours out once more. At the same time, giant ribbons burst out all across stadium and begin binding people and objects to light. No!
This isn't good, dude. What the hell is this?
God of Eternal Bonds.
She's going after the audience. We mustn't let her do it.
Well, they already had the ribbons on them, right?
Now, look upon me. Behold the bonds you yearn for made manifest. The most perfect bond you could desire.
Black swirls. I don't know. Are those arms?
Well, isn't it amazing? Isn't it divine? You'll learn soon enough. If you just abandon who you are, anyone can become someone that everyone loves.
The other Kanami-san, enveloped in the dark haze, morphs into a giant silhouette. For a standing bizarre statue-like being, emitting an ominous glow. So, this thing is the culprit of this case.
Like hell? There's nothing godly about that. We're gonna prove to you that this isn't a true bond.
I still don't know what this thing is.
Every time they say Bond, I'm like James Bond in my head, and I can't stop my brain from saying that.
We gotta win this for everyone's sake.
Do they have a mod for GoldenEye on Nintendo 64 for multiplayer online? I haven't played that since I was like a young lad, but that'd be fun. That's when Kanami-san and Nanako, who should have stepped back with Mizochimio and the others, rush to stand alongside us. What do you think you're doing?
Whoa, what are you guys doing? I mean, you too, Nanako-chan.
Yeah, Nanako's gonna beat the shit out of this thing.
This is dangerous. You gotta get back.
No, I understand now how important it is to express yourself. Yusan said that I'm
right.
one of you, so I'll stand here with the rest.
Are you not gonna get a persona? I swear to God you were gonna get a persona.
Me too. Like Dad says, I'm no man if I back down now.
You are a 6-year-old girl.
I think it's fine. It's not like we're the only special ones here.
That's not true.
Kanami and Nanako-chan want to make their feelings heard too.
Yeah, we'll do this together.
I guess we'll do this together. Sponsored stream? I wish. They wouldn't even have to give me a bag of money. They can just give me like free coffee. It'd be amazing. If they want to give me a bag of money, that's great too. Kanami and Nanako exchange a joyful high five at my words. Some still seem a little concerned, but the others nod, smiling. It doesn't matter if they can fight or not. Kanami-san and Nanako too. They're all our precious friends. And after all that, Kanami-san and the central figure of this case deserve to see this through the end.
Huh. If that's the case, then the only thing left is to decide who's gonna dance.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
Rise-chan!
But make sure you all watch, okay? I'll show you all the stuff I've been working on.
How about Nanako dances?
I'll take up the feelings of everyone here and express them to her.
Actually, how about Kanami? Let her dance.
Hell yeah!
I feel like she has the right to try the dance first.
We know you've got this, Rise-senpai. We'll be here cheering you on.
Thanks. Kanami, Miss Ochimizu, even though Shadow's got it eventually. I don't know what she is, but we should be able to make her understand our feelings too. All right.
Or kill her trying. Not a shot. Yeah, yeah. That was kind of weird. But I guess not.
We can't lose either.
Just having her on stage.
Oh, I guess that's true. Nanako and Kanami wouldn't be able to actually do that. It's because they can't summon a persona at the end to make an instrument.
Yay! Yeah! I did it! Please, lend me your power!
Oh.
Yay!
Oh, come on. That wasn't even close, Chronos. Sorry. That one was closer than a good, I feel like.
Get fired up and do this! It's going great! So cool! So cute! So impressive!
They're magnifying each other's charm. An ideal pairing.
Score one for the dream team. This dance might go down in history. Yay!
Damn goods. Better than misses. This is true.
I did it! There!
Oh my god.
I did it! Yeah, all set.
That pink thing flew by, and my brain was like, oh, you're supposed to press 2 buttons there, not just one.
Yay! I did it! Yay!
I think when we do finish this, and like maybe do some free play stuff,
There!
we'll jack up the difficulty to the max. Just to see. Just to see how bad I do.
I'm joining it too!
Yeah, you're doing it!
So cool! So cute! So impressive! Oh, you two make a great
Oh,
pair!
You almost stole the show! That was incredible!
We are the show! What are you talking about?
There! Come, Persona!
Jiggle physics? I haven't seen actual anyone dance, so I don't know if they have jiggle physics. Yeah, I guess so. Like, I mean, who had jiggle physics? Kanami?
Yeah!
I have no idea. I couldn't pay attention to any of them dancing. We get a brilliant, so that's cool.
I'll try even harder!
My max combo was 59? That's horrible. Oh, the maximum difficulty you unlock after playing all three. Ah.
This can't be!
Well, we can still try it.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to understand. No, I won't accept this.
That sounds like me. Rise strikes the final pose, and the monstrous Kanami-san's expression contorts as if writhing in anger or agony. Did she do it?
true to it.
Whoa! Rise-Senpai's amazing! She's an idol through and through.
And that demon she summons at the end, that was just impressive.
How's that? You finally understand that the bond you've been pushing is wrong?
I don't think they care.
Accept it already. There's no point in dragging this out any longer.
I feel like we finally won. The monster's movement slows and finally comes to a complete stop, stiffening. Suddenly, this isn't my final form, I take it.
Fine. Do what you want. There are countless others who yearn for me. Besides, I've already connected everyone who is here with my bonds.
Then...
The LMB Fest audience.
Oh, god damn it.
They're gone.
Good. We didn't need them. They already paid for the tickets, right? We let our guards down. We were so focused on defeating our enemy that we had no chance to keep an eye on the audience. While we were distracted, the giant ribbons in the crowd had suddenly kidnapped the entire audience.
Hey, you! Where the hell did you take the crowd?
Yeah, no refunds, exactly.
I didn't do anything. They've become one with me. We'll remain together. They will live on eternally in my world of bonds.
Yo, Eternal Life?
And ever.
That sounds dope. Your head fell off? Oh no, it was like a mask. Okay. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, we must have danced really impressively if we blew your head off. It happened all of a sudden. Ribbons shoot out from the great concert screen behind the monster. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes more sense when I finally finish the sentence, and wrap around its body, pulling it into the screen. Still laughing, the gray head of the false Kanami-san falls from the monster's body as it escapes, landing with a heavy thud. Can you name an endgame boss with one form? I actually can. Pretty much all the Suikoden bosses only have one form. Yep. There's usually multiple parts to it, but there's only usually one form. Still laughing, the gray head of the false Kanami-san falls from the monster's body as it escapes, landing with a heavy thud. Nah. Oh, nah. Looks like it doesn't have any reason to keep using Kanami-san's appearance.
Get back here, you bastard!
Joker comes out, rips the head off, or the mask off. It's like, we're time travelers. Yeah, because, like, doesn't 5 take place, like, not 5 years after 4, right? It's like... Oh, wait, no. Yes. Yes. 4 takes place, like, 3 years after 3, right? Or 4 years after 3? Something like that? And then there's another time skip to 5. We see an image of Rise in 5, right? As a poster. Did it run away? I didn't know it was Rise when I first played 5, because I played it backwards. I played 5, 4, and 3. Oh, that is... just lovely.
Foolish beings, grovel in pain and suffering, you have chosen to part from me.
What is that?
Nightmare fuel? A colossal figure appears on the screen. It looks like it would tower far, far above us if it were still there, if it was still here. So this is the true culprit of this case. It must be the thing dwelling within Kanami-san.
Heart? Who are you?
I am Ikuratana no Kami, the collective will of
Always a
all
no Kami, huh?
who yearn for bonds.
Their collective will?
Don't be ridiculous! Give back the crowd! You're no collective
Persona 2
will.
and 2.2 sometime next year.
Who wants bonds in name only.
Honestly, so I'll be frank. Like, I should have already finished Suikoden 1 Let's Play right now. And I am 2 episodes into it. Like, for some reason, I can't find the time, but if I'm being completely honest with myself, I feel like I'm not going to do it justice. Like, I have all my notes for the walkthrough, and I feel like it will be as accurate as any other walkthrough I've ever done. But something about it is just making me like, I feel like it's like one of my favorite series. Like Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series too, but Suikoden holds a special part in just, well, I guess in my teenage years. So it's like one of those things like I don't want to do it a disservice, and I'm worried that I'm going to, and I don't know why. So I've been kind of stalling getting that done. It should have already been done by now. It should have started November 1st, but it didn't. And we're almost to December 1st. So, yeah. I don't know. I was planning on doing Persona 1 like after Suikoden, but that's kind of been replaced with probably Zero Time Dilemma. And then I'd do Suikoden 2 and then probably Persona 1, and then we'd move on to like Persona 2 or something like that afterwards. So, yeah. It's like... I wait for the anniversary nuns. That's true, but I mean, they don't have a great track record with releasing like Persona 2 in America. They really don't. The first Persona 2 game we got on PlayStation was the second one. We didn't know that at the time. We finally got the first Persona 2 on PSP, but they never released the PSP version of Persona 1, right? No, they did. They didn't release the PSP version of Persona 2, right? In America? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Say what you will. I no longer have any cause to treat he with you. This is a portion of the Sea of Souls which has always existed within mankind's hearts. Therefore, even should I discard this, it is simple to create a new stage elsewhere.
The Sea of Souls?
Yeah, we've been there a few times.
This must be the same world inside people's hearts that the TV world is.
Ah, so that's what this place is. I thought it seemed similar to my world, and that's because you made it without permission in my backyard.
Pretty sure it's not actually your backyard, dog.
Talk about illegal construction! I'm gonna file so many complaints!
So it was you who created an entrance here on the LMB website, too.
You can play P1, P2, and 2 on Vita. Yeah, I have Persona 1 and Persona 2 on my PlayStation TV. And I have the PlayStation 1 version of Persona 2, the one with the lady with the hearts on her chest. I bought that. Whoops. I bought that when it was released in America, and I never played it, and I don't know why I bought it. It's kind of weird. I purchased it full price when it first came out, and I never even played it.
That is correct.
Like, I never played Persona 1, obviously, but it was like one of those things, like, I don't know. I think I bought it for the cover, and I just never got around to playing it.
I created this world after being
to be fair,
called to by those who wish for bonds.
I did buy Persona 3 as well when it came out, and I never played that until we did the YouTube stuff.
Festival. That woman was nothing but my host. I made good use of her. She was most convenient for gathering hearts who yearned for me.
Wait, does that mean it didn't have to be Kanami-chan?
Doesn't seem like it.
Then she wasn't the one who yearned for you. You chose her!
It is true that woman yearned for a bond with me. But my only reason for choosing her is that she was the one whom the hearts connected with me wished for. There are many others who could have served equally well.
That's just horrible!
It's kind of not cool, you're right.
I know it was my fault for wanting it too, but for you to exploit Yuko-san's song!
Her song. It was useful indeed. It seems to have originally been meant to convey a meaning which the listener would appreciate. But I had no such need of this. For my purposes, it was enough to use it as a way to convey yearning for my bond, which the listener would be seized with.
So by reversing the song, which normally would have expressed the emotions of the singer...
1 second, I'm updating the title again. There we
It became
go.
a way to force your own emotions onto the listener.
These are traces of anger. There are traces of anger on Naruto's face, or words, and we all feel the same. Even if this thing is collective will of those who yearn for a fake bond, it used Kaname-san to push itself onto others. There we go. Even if this thing, wait, no, I already read that. Miss Ochimizu, wait, where am I? And it even used Yuko-san's song, the song that meant so much to Kanami-san and Miss Ochimizu, as nothing but a tool.
Wait, we don't have time for this.
That's right.
If we let that thing get away, it'll run off with the audience who came for the festival.
Start dancing.
Yeah, we can't let it run off. We have to get everyone back.
But it's gone beyond the screen. How do we follow it?
All is as it should be. The concept of quarreling has no place within my bond. Struggle all you will in your own realm. I will remain here to provide peace to those who long to bond with me.
You dick! So the second things ain't going your way anymore, you just ignore us? Get down here, damn it!
I bet you're just too chicken to face me. Come on, put him up.
It refuses to even face a direct challenge. Oh, what an irritating opponent.
Or a smart one.
Let me try something.
Huh? But what's left to try against something like that?
She just pulls out a bazooka.
You know how my persona has always specialized in communications? I have an idea. I'm going to see if I can communicate everyone's hearts to it. I'm not sure this will work, and I don't know what the result will be. But if we don't do something, it's gonna get away. And that's one thing I can't allow.
Do it, Rise.
You bet.
Are we dancing again?
I'll help too.
How are you gonna help?
Okay.
You don't have that ability.
It sucks to admit, but we've gotten caught up in that bond it mentioned once already. But we won't get suckered again. That's probably how we managed to escape. Anyway, there's no way we're gonna sit back and do nothing while Konami fights. I'm her best friend after all.
Are you?
Tamamine.
Well, count me in too. If Connors hogs the spotlight, I'll be the butt end of Granny's jokes back home in the country.
Oh, Sumamine.
That's not funny. Konami.
I'll contribute too. If everyone else is going to take part, it wouldn't make sense for the leader to abstain.
Are you the leader?
Tamamine.
I'll do it too. We're friends, so we'll do this together.
Nosamine. You guys. Oh, but it's my fault that you...
She's right.
I think your dance was great, big sis. Harise-chan, Big Bro, and everyone else was really good too. But I had a lot of fun dancing with you, Kanamin.
Nanako-san.
Remember what we told you? You're here right now because you wanted to rescue everyone. That makes you one of us.
I'll do this. Not just for you, son, and your friends, or Tamamine and mine. I want to express who we truly are to the audience who came to see us. And to that giant thing too, if we can.
As if in support of Kaname-san's resolve, Tamami-san and the others rushed to her side. And though it was subtle, I noticed Miss Ochimizu give them a quiet smile standing a little ways away.
Very well. If you're going to do this, you'd better give it your all. Girls, make sure you steal every moment of Rise Kujikawa's spotlight.
Yes! Oh, now you've done it. You better be ready. Rosette Senpai's idol game is still strong.
You just have to go easy on us, Rise-senpai. Here we go. We're gonna get this. All we've got.
I love episode 3 with the problem is there's two versions. Yeah, FES or FES, whatever you want to call it, and the portable one, right? But the portable one doesn't have the answer part, which I thought was pretty good. It was kind of repetitive, but it was also pretty good. He's got mutters to no one in particular. He's got a point. His words draw the automatic smile of agreement out of me. Rise turns to me and speaks with a clear determination.
Senpai, let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna communicate everyone's hearts to it or die trying.
Am I dancing?
I'm counting on you, Rise.
Okay, I'm dancing. Or not. As all of us watch on the LB Fest stage, Rise and the members of Kanamin Kitchen form a circle and hold each other's hands. Kinda looks like a seance. Mikura Kana no Kami is already gone from the screen, and all that remains visible is a bizarre open space. We can't let it get away like this. We're counting on you, Rise.
Here goes. I can sense everyone's hearts. They're all so warm and gentle.
That's how I know you're lying.
This must be Tamami. Huh? No way. Are you a daddy's girl?
You don't have to say it!
She's a daddy's girl.
Sorry. Let's see. Is this Tomoe? What's this character from?
That's Sir Julius! He's the most amazing person in the world! I love him to bits!
Sir Julius?
Oh, no kidding. Is this Sumomo? Oh, wow. Everything in your heart's about your grandma.
You've gotta try my granny's rice cracker soup sometime, Rizzy-senpai.
Rice cracker soup.
I'll trade you for some tofu.
What?
This must be Nozomi.
Oh, right, you work in a tofu. Yeah,
Thinking
right.
about Miss Ochimizu.
I was like, that is such an odd statement. No, she works with tofu.
Because I wish I was like her. She's really strong, so...
That's gonna be a tough road for you. Good luck with it. The last one's Kanami. Is that Yuko Osada?
Hanging there?
Yeah, I still admire her. She gave me calisthegia and my friends.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the
Yuko-san
tofu
would
shop
like
that her and her grandma run. Or at least she used to run.
Okay, that's all your hearts. Let's show these bonds to Mikura Tananokami. Here goes nothing.
Persona!
Are we dancing? Rise, Kanami-san, and Kamane's Kitchen voices come together and they stretch their arms up towards the monitor. We all look on, each of us feeling the same plea in our heart. Let's us reach that thing, and so... the screen shattered, killing everyone. Well, that is a fancy stage. I like the severed heads floating, dripping.
Where are we?
Probably one of the layers of hell.
I thought we were at the LMB festival.
When we come to, we realize that we're standing in an unfamiliar place. It's as if we're standing among the stars, though we can still breathe normally, and everything seems clearer than what we normally see. Where could we be?
Wait, what is this? Is this thing a persona?
With the drippy face thing? At Chie's yell, we all look to our feet. Its color, the shape, and the strange sensation of an aura of warmth support all of us. Aura of warmth support all around us. And about it, we're standing on Rise's transformed persona. Why is her persona the only one that ever transforms in these games? She has a fighting persona from the fighting game, she has the monitor one, and then she has a stage persona.
What an enormous persona. You summoned this, Rise-san?
I'm jealous.
I don't know. I guess so. I wonder if it's because I had everyone's help. It got kinda big.
Dude, this thing's huge.
Yeah, stop being a size queen, Rise.
Everyone's desire to express their feelings gave Rise-san's persona the power to carry out that wish. Or so I surmise. If that's so, then the one we must convey these feelings to is...
that nightmare creature. And we look up, it dominates our line of sight. Mikura Tana no Kami is so gigantic that it goes far beyond our field of vision. For once, I'm thankful that our battle won't be one of brute force. We would kick its ass. What are you talking about? We've killed... You know how many gods we've killed? If it were to swing down its massive arms, it would crush both of us and even erase its persona. But we'd stop it if we could.
It's huge. Isn't this thing about the size of the stadium we were just in? Will it really understand our feelings?
We have to try.
It is kind of
We need to make it see
shit
how
that
we
the
feel.
Awakenings aren't, like, canon. Or at least for these guys. I know the Persona 3 ones are canon, but still.
What foolishness.
The same thing with like the Persona 5 ones, right?
You dare step into my realm and bring me quarrel. You poisons know not your place.
We're not here to fight you.
I am.
All we want to do is stop you.
That's right.
With brute
You
force.
took off on your own before we were even done talking.
I am the bond humans yearn for made manifest. Nothing you do can ever reach me. Be bound and dance for all eternity.
That thing roars in that song. Yuko-san's Calisthesia in reverse echoes all around us. Now though, we won't let it deceive us anymore. We all nod to each other and look straight at that thing.
That ain't gonna happen. We came all the way to this lousy world to take you out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how big it is. We're gonna make it understand how we feel from head to toe.
Don't worry, we can do this. Let's pour our hearts into this dance.
We have to win here, for everyone's sake. Let's get our feelings across to it and put an end to this mess.
This is the final battle. Dance like you want to win.
Dog, I've been dancing like that this entire game, and I've failed. Actually, I've never failed, but I've definitely sucked hardcore at some of these songs. Chie's was like super hard. I remember that one. She was like going all like freaking kung fu dancer on me.
I'm gonna slam everything into this last dance.
Oh, we all dancing? This isn't gonna be distracting at all. Oh wait, is it just you two?
See that? Hell yeah!
Stop grunting, Kanji.
Hell yeah!
I leave the rest to you, Senpai.
Right, let's do this, Chie. It's on. We can't lose.
Missed. We were doing alright for a little while.
Good. Bam! Let all our feelings get through.
Patty cake? I messed up on that good.
Leave it to me. All right, come on, dance with me. Woo!
So I'm assuming Kanami and Nanako are gonna be the two that go together. And I guess
There we go.
you and Rise? Or maybe Kanami. Oh, just missed a bunch there. Kanami and Rise, and then you and Nanako? I missed horrible. Oh my god. Ignore all that. I did miss a lot. You're not wrong. Okay, so I'm assuming it's you and Nanako then.
Yeah, let's make it understand.
Which is extremely precious, and I'm game for.
I did it!
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
This is going well.
I don't know about that. I don't know why I'm cringing at good. Like, it's still, it doesn't add to the combo, but at the same time, it's not shit.
Let's put an end to this.
Where is Nanako?
All right. How's that? That went well. It's my turn. Here goes. Yeah.
Senpai, you're so cool!
Looking great, Yusan! Way too cool!
She's feeling the heat. Keep pushing.
That's spirit. Keep it up.
Keep staying focused. I'm sure we can win. You'll be fine. I believe in you.
You really are the best partner I could ever have.
Sensei, hang in there! Everyone's counting on you!
All right. Should be no problem.
Okay.
Persona.
Nanako wasn't transported. That's bullshit, game. Oh, you have the bigger one now. We could have been using that one this entire time. Just takes the guitar and just smashes the god in the face with it.
Brilliant.
Well, that's true. It was pretty brilliant. Brilliant. I only missed 9. That's actually surprising. There was one moment there where my brain just like did not get where all the shit was going. Next, I guess. I'm assuming this is gonna lead to the ending.
Did that do it?
Everyone's hearts come together as one, and the grand performance of the investigation team reaches its finale. That thing, please, let our feelings reach you, and die.
This is a bond. What you wished to convey without fear of pain.
We're all different, so there's always going to be times we might clash with each other. But if we can overcome that and accept each other, then that's a true bond.
That's why we'll never run. We'll face each other as many times as we need, knowing that someday we'll come to understand each other.
Maybe?
Your words ring true. Indeed, I have grasped your feelings as well. However, do not forget, the voices who yearn for me will not disappear. One day, we may face one another again.
In Persona 4, dancing to the sequel. A cheer of victory goes up from everyone, and with broad smiles, we congratulate each other on a job well done. And then a stage disappears, and we all fall to our death. But within moments, Kanji, no, all of us notice at the same time that the light around us is blinking. What is this? I thought we were standing on Risei's Persona right now.
Huh? Hey, Risei, why is this thing blinking?
I guess this is the end of the show. Looks like my persona's going back to normal.
Wait, isn't that bad? We're suspended way up here.
Well, we got this power from the other girls. Of course it wasn't gonna last. You should be thanking me for making it hold out this long, don't you think?
Sure.
Are you kidding me? If this goes, we're definitely gonna fall, right? A straight sudden drop.
Into nothing, so it wouldn't really do anything.
Well,
it'd probably be boring for a little while.
Oh, not just that, but what about the LMB audience?
Oh, they're very dead. See those faces? That's them.
Fear not. I will return everything to your world. All of you as well.
You're going to safely send us and the LMB crowd back?
Farewell, dancers of bonds. It was a marvelous festival.
Line up, everyone! An audience is an audience, no matter who it is. So let's all thank them. On your signal, Senpai.
Risei's suggestion made me hesitate because I had no idea what the fudge she was talking about, but it does seem like that thing has now accepted our wishes and we've come to an understanding. Still, even though it did watch our dance, it's quite like Risei to tell us to thank the massive supernatural being before us. Alright, let's do it!
It was a pleasure having you watch our performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much!
Is that what happens? Honestly, I've only been to concerts in like the basement of bars. So, yeah. Bond dancers, go. I've never been to a concert like this. This looks like it would just suck.
Are we back? The sky seems a different color.
It's called nighttime now, too.
This isn't the midnight stage. I mean, look. There weren't any cameramen when we were at the midnight stage before, right? That means...
It's the midnight stage. It's the real world.
Is this our world?
Yep, you got it. Wow, we're finally back.
I see. We won against that thing and her? Well, its power returned us to the real world. After making sure everyone's safe, I let out a long sigh of relief.
Kanami! Rise-senpai! Oh, thank goodness. You're all safe.
Yep, thanks guys. It's because of all of you that we got our feelings across so loud and clear. You've got friends too now, Kanami, so we'll be on an even footing from here on.
Uh-huh, but I won't let you show me up, not with such amazing friends with me.
A Kanamin Kitchen that's formed true bonds, huh? That might be a real threat if I don't get serious,
And that's
too.
why they disappeared in Persona 5.
Oh, cool. Looks like the LMB audience is safe. Man, that Miku whatever thing. might have
Relatable,
actually been
Kanji.
a pretty okay guy. What the? What happened to the festival?
Wasn't it going normally for most of it? And then...
I don't remember anything. Was I asleep?
Yeah. At Kanji's remark, we all look to the audience, ensuring that they're all safe as well, even though we couldn't really count them. It takes us a moment to realize how serious the situation is.
Now that I think about it, isn't this like really bad? Crap.
Yes.
Crowd super confused. Sorry about that,
Explain the situation to
Yosuke.
them would be a bit delicate.
Now that I think about it, the audience just saw everything that happened since the venue fell into the midnight stage. Even they had no memories of being taken by that thing's bond. A vague explanation isn't going to cut it here. But just then, a familiar voice cracks and echoes across the night sky, as if shattering our last worries. Are those? Fireworks blossom across the night sky, and we sigh in awe. The sight momentarily banishes our worries. Still, what's going on? The instant our excitement turns to confusion, we notice someone walking forwards from backstage.
Is that Miss Ochimizu?
We have an announcement to make. With the launch of the surprise fireworks, marking the Love Meets Bonds Festival's grand finale, we'd like to apologize for halting the concert due to unexpected circumstances concerning technical malfunction.
Also, there are no refunds.
Seriously? That lady's gonna try and smooth it over like nothing happened.
All of the glitches have been resolved by now, and there's nothing in the way of the rest of the concert. Thus, we will now proceed with the rest of the LMB performances as planned.
Didn't you just... never mind. It's fine. Upon saying that, Miss Ochimizu winks slyly in our direction and signals for the staff off stage as if to say, get on with it. A moment later, the music starts up, and it doesn't take too long for the audience's confused mumbling to turn into cheering. She was really pushing it, but it was well played. Nicely done, Miss Ochimizu.
She actually got everyone excited.
Question. Wasn't this shit being broadcast, like, worldwide?
Well, even if it was a bit forced, it's hard to say no to the show going on.
Did the
especially
camera
when it's
stop
Miss Ochimizu
rolling?
doing it.
That aside, shouldn't we be on our way? We're still on stage.
Crap! We were dancing so hard on the midnight stage that I forgot about the audience completely! Retreat! Retreat!
He has a point. It is not our turn yet, and we certainly not professionals that we can deal with a chaotic situation like this. It'd be best if we made a swift retreat and left this to Miss Ochimizu and also Kanami-san and Rise if needed. At Yosuke's signal, then we nonchalantly shuffle away, actually doing the shuffle, trying to avoid the spotlight, beaming down so we can hurry off stage, but...
We will now begin the LMB Fest's final event, the debut of Kanamin Kitchen's new song. Livening up the stage for you tonight are the one, the only, Kanamin Kitchen and the Bond Dancers.
Naoto. At her announcement, the music that had been hyping up the crowd fades and the countless lights shut off. A bright spotlight suddenly shoots down like a lightning flash, illuminating Kanami-san at center stage and us. What? Poor Naruto.
All eyes are on me! Come on, Yosuke, wave to the crowd! Wait, what? Why is this happening?
I like how Risei is just like in the groove, waving. Naoto's being shy. Yu is just smiling. Kanji is just like, is that a bird? Like just confused, staring, or just intense staring off in the distance. Ugh.
Kanami, sing Calisthesia. The original lyrics, please.
Do you know the original lyrics?
I'll be counting on you all. I believe in you.
Damn! She cut off our escape route!
The audiences are already focused on not only Kanami-san, but the rest of us standing alongside Risei. All we can do is wave to the audience, forcing strained smiles. Check and mate. No, we don't want to mate up here. It's too public.
Calisthesia. Yuko-san's song.
Okay then, this next performance will be the finale of the Love Meets Bonds Festival!
All 2 dances.
As promised, Kanamin Kitchen will perform our latest song! This song was left to us by my senpai. It's a very dear song that helped me connect with my friends here.
Looks like it's put up or shut up time. We better bust out our best moves.
Let's do it.
Starts doing
this
the
is
robot.
a once-in-a-lifetime performance, so we might as well enjoy it.
Don't blame me if this turns into a disaster. I swear, this is gonna be as low as it gets for the rest of the year.
Maybe.
Don't worry. I'm sure we can manage to get our feelings across by now. Let's go.
Everyone,
Oops, sorry.
dance crazy and make some noise! We just have to make this the show of a lifetime together! I'll be singing my heart out, so enjoy! This is Kanamin Kitchen's Calisthesia!
Well, it's Yuko Sada's Calisthesia sung by Kanami's Kitchen, right?
Wait, we don't even know this song!
This is true. Saving. Anime. Jiggling. Music video? Oh, credits. Okay. Alright, well, we will jump into Genshin after these credits end, and then next week we'll probably do like an extra long Outlast because we skipped it this week. Though I don't know how long like the DLC for Whistleblowers actually is. Well, hey, at least I can't understand these lyrics. Oh, that would have broken your face. There's an after credit scene. That's usually how it goes. I'm sure this, it says time for depressing lyrics, but I don't know, it seemed pretty upbeat to me and completely Japanese. Your thoughts on the story? It was alright. It was good. I kind of wish it wasn't another god. I know it's a Persona game and it always ends with a god, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like it didn't need it. You don't have to show me the bondage again, okay? I get it. They're teenagers. Stop. Yeah, no, it's a fairly good. That one's probably legal, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of wish it didn't turn into another god, but it's like. It was a couple of twists, right? Because it definitely started off like, oh, it's probably going to be like the ghost of the Yuko lady. No. Is it Ochimizu? No. It's Kanami. Kanami's shadow. That makes sense. And no, it's a god. kind of wish it just stopped at Konami's shadow, but at the same time, I think it was alright. Yeah, the parts with just Konami and like Nanako were super adorable, and I like those. It's kind of a weird premise, dancing to defeat your enemies. We don't need the shower scene still, but thanks. Yeah, it's a weird premise, but it's not really the weirdest premise of a video game, right? I mean, hell, freaking Undertale. Their premise is just, you talk to, well, depending on the play style, the premise is just pretty much talking to your enemy until they stop fighting you. So, in Japanese mythology, Ni Kuratana no Kami is necklace given the Aze Magi to represent a role over heaven. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, is that was the dripping necks, the faces? Because it had no neck? That's weird. Overall, a good game. I definitely have a hard time with the rhythm game. Like the first two, well, the first one wasn't, first time I streamed this wasn't too bad. The second time, nausea hit hard. Not much nausea this time, but yeah, it's a strain on my eyes trying to follow that shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried about trying the other ones. So the big bad wasn't a god, it was just a necklace. Oh. But that's god in its name though, doesn't it? Kami? You call yourself god? Fine, just call me Super Kami Guru. I need to watch the Bridge series again. Also, Nanako is just adorable. It's just a goddamn delight. Yeah, the dancing stuff, it was hard. Just like on my eyes and actually doing. So I am a little worried about trying the other ones eventually. Though I heard the other ones like are separate, right? There's like story mode and then like the dancing stuff. I don't know if how accurate that is. Calisthesia lyrics includes Nobody Loves Me. Lovely. Oh, there's more. How long is this? Because I do want to switch over to Genshin. Is this like a couple minutes or? Oh, Persona 5 and 3 aren't really story, they're only free play. Okay. Is this only like a couple minutes long, this chapter 8-1? The fact that it's named 8-1 makes me feel like there's gonna be more to it than well, just one thing. If it's like a couple minutes, that's fine. I mean, I guess I'll start it now, but if it's like another 30 minutes, I'm gonna switch over the Genshin. A few days later, I was invited to Risei's first TV appearance since her comeback. I'm hanging out in her dressing room right now. Of course, I wasn't invited alone. Everyone in the investigation team is here.
Wow, Risei-chan, you just made your comeback a few days ago, and you're already appearing solo on TV.
Well, she was already famous before, so.
Well, thanks to you guys. The festival was a huge deal all over the place.
I'm still traumatized by that killer handoff.
Yeah. Caught it on TV. We looked like...
Ms.
Oh, sorry.
Ochimizu was
Looked like
impressive,
fools.
though. She smoothed over that huge mess all by herself.
Looked like deers in the headlights. Sorry about that, Kanji.
Then again, I guess that's because no one in the audience remembered anything about what happened.
I heard it was rather forced, though. They say she received a stern warning from the police. Then again, getting off that lightly is something of a miracle in itself.
Yeah?
I saw it too. She played off the disappearances and everything is being staged. No matter matter how anyone protested, she kept writing it off as technical malfunctions or promotional stunts.
And people still bought that? After everything that happened? Jeez, the Empress has some pretty scary clout. That reminds me, are you okay, you? You know, about Dojima-san and Nanako-chan and stuff.
I got a pretty severe grilling. Sounded like Dojima-san worked with Kanami-san and left no stone unturned looking for us. He didn't press for more details because Mizo Chimizu convinced him it was all fine. But who knows what he really thought. Nanako thinks that everything was just special stage effects.
I have something to report as well, regarding the mass lethargy syndrome. It seems all of its victims are already recovering.
That's good.
Though none of them seem to remember anything about the experience.
Huh? What's this mass lethargy syndrome?
Don't worry about it, Teddy. You gotta play Persona 3 for that.
It's referring to those shadows that were present in the Midnight Stage. As we thought, the shadows in that world were all of those people who watched the video on the LMB website.
Hey, Naoto-kun, has no one come down with mass lethargy syndrome since then? Not even one case?
There hasn't been a single incident since that day, from what I can find. The doctors seem confused as well. In the end, they concluded that mass hysteria-induced stress was the cause.
They always conclude that.
So that Makura Tandonokami really has laid low since then.
Yeah, which must mean that our feelings did get through to it.
So the case is over.
I think that's safe to say.
All that's left is for Rise-chan's comeback to go well, and we're golden.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
What's wrong, Rise?
Yeah.
I have to tell you guys. It's nothing serious, but hear me out. Remember how we talked about the conditions for falling into the Midnight Stage?
You mean what Mikura Tanonokami said about how people had to sympathize with that fake bond?
Are you gonna tell us you never really liked us, Rise?
I think I may have thought like that too. The thing is, I don't think it was just the shadows bound by ribbons that fit those criteria. I think the Kanamin Kitchen girls and Miss Ochimizu fit it too. They also must have been suffering from the gap between what everyone wanted them to be versus who they truly are.
You know, that's probably true.
Yeah. That's why I thought hard about if I was like that too.
Oh. And?
I think I was. When we were rescuing the girls, or Miss Ochimizu, I always talked big. But thinking about it, maybe I kept blowing up at Miss Ochimizu because I was jealous of Kanamin Kitchen.
Jealous? You?
Kanji, I don't know why, but your head looks weird to me, dog. Is the lack of a headband?
Yeah. When I decided to make my showbiz comeback, and I asked you to appear with me at the festival.
Why does your head look weird, Kanji?
I think it was because part of me was scared to do it alone. I knew how talented Miss Ochimizu was as a producer, and she was with Kanamin Kitchen. That's why I thought it might have actually been my fault that they got dragged into this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you probably should have mentioned all that sooner. A moment of silence, but as sympathetic as I am for Rise, that wasn't because we were talking and taking her confession to heart. The rest of us fight to keep the smiles off our face and look at each other.
I was wondering what you just had to get off your chest. And that's it? Come on, don't be stupid.
Hey, did you just call it stupid? It took a lot of courage to say that, you know.
Well, you heard her, Yukun. What should we do?
Didn't he dye Kanji? Yeah, he dyes his hair blonde. His natural hair color is black. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable.
I see. That's a very serious failing.
Huh? Yep, totally unforgivable. As punishment, you must buy me a beef bowl.
That's true.
What? Come on, I'm being serious.
Like he said, no one cares who dragged who in. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it's because of that we were able to solve the case, right?
This is true. If Rise-san hadn't been caught up in this, we would have never learned of the problem at all. In that respect,
we probably would have learned about it once people started mass disappearing, like lethargy system-wise. Yeah.
Huh? Is that even allowed? Why are you guys thanking me instead of yelling at me?
I mean, we can yell at you if you want, but
if
we don't have the place for it.
Someone is suffering, and we are able to solve it ourselves, then no one here can complain.
That's right. We're all friends, and all part of the investigation team.
Risei's expression changes from utter shock to tearing up in front of us. It seems like she was really beating herself up over this.
Oh, you guys! If I cry now, it'll mess up my makeup!
Excuse us.
We're done with the opening act and the introduction. We made sure to warm up the crowd a little too much.
That's an understatement. Earning a standing ovation with just the opening act. What are you going to do if that affects the main attraction?
Oh, sorry.
Probably don't be the opening act then if that's a problem.
Never changes, huh?
She's more confusing because she's actually a softie inside.
This is a gift for everyone. You guys just have to have some.
Kanami-san struggles to set the heavy bundle down on the table and then motions to it cheerfully with an open palm. This looks like a multi-tiered lunchbox, but could it be?
Could it be a meal personally cooked by an idol?
No.
Come on, there's no way.
I did make it though. It's nothing much since I threw it together this morning.
It's literally just white rice.
No way! Seriously? Am I looking at a Kanamin
Mushy,
home-cooked
undercooked
meal?
white rice.
Okay, Yosuke, calm down. This girl cooked it. There's no way it's going to be anything more than Mystery Food X idol recipe.
That's true.
I'm getting bad cooking flashbacks. Except for the cake that Naoto helped bake.
Yosuke, did you say something?
No, nothing.
Jeez, Konami took the time to make this, so you guys better eat it.
I think Nanako helped her learn cooking,
I
so
can't
it's
have
fine.
too much because my performance is coming up.
It's not even. It's just dried rice from the bag. To be honest, my experience with home-cooked meals in the past has not been great with this group. I muster my courage and look into the unstacked boxes. Nothing too colorful or fancy, just simple home-cooked dishes. Impossible. This looks like it could actually. This looks like actual normally cooked food. That looks store-bought. What do you mean normally cooked food? What the?
Huh? Did you make all this, Konami?
It's fancy.
I sure did. It might look plain, but I put a lot.
What do you mean it looks
into
plain?
it. Wow, it looks so good. Hey, may I try it?
Huge, just like
Of course. Dig right in.
it's like it's safe. It's true. The only people that know how to cook in this group are Nanako and Naoto, because Naoto actually follows the directions.
Huh? It's that
Okay, I should say the ladies' side because I think you knows how to cook.
This is some good shit. Ain't nothing like a girl can cook.
Huh? It's just an ordinary dish, though. Nothing unusual.
You get like fried shrimp. You get like asparagus wrapped in bacon, rice, fried rice. Get onigiri, like shit like that. Excuse me, donuts. And then whatever the hell that stuff is. That hot dog shaped like octopuses? Oh, and then you get those egg roll things.
I wonder if she uses some secret seasoning. Damn it! There's no winning this fight.
You've never had a chance at winning a cooking contest.
Risei-chan, I don't think Konami-chan needs help pulling herself together anymore.
What? No, but... maybe you're right.
Risei-san, you're up.
It's like, I can't. I just gained 30 pounds.
Oh, yes! I'll be right...
Is that it?
Well then, I'll see you all later. Check the lighting, right? Check it out.
Yeah. Good luck out there.
Wait! I can't go out yet. I almost forgot.
I have to jump!
It's thanks to all of you that I can be here to sing today. I always have my bonds with people to support me. I mean, everyone does.
They're all
don't
just,
notice.
how is she doing that in slow motion?
That's why I won't be going out on stage alone today either.
Don't touch my crotch. Very inappropriate. She just face plants.
Wait. You mean me?
Who else would we mean? Just hurry it up.
You too, Mr. Chimizu.
Hurry.
Me too? Surely you're joking. Don't tell us that you don't want to do it, because that won't stop us from trying.
It might.
All right.
Join us.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh.
Okay, apparently Kanji and Angelica are having a nice long look into their eyes.
Shall we do our usual?
We're saying we are, right?
Mm-hmm. Well then, everyone.
So Kanji's gonna mess this up.
For our fans, for our friends, for ourselves. This is a one-time only performance. Now who's ready? We are!
Oh, you didn't mess it up. Good job, Kanji. I was waiting for him to say like I am. And just shake my head. Dots. Dots. Dots? Oh, hi.
Welcome back. Or rather, welcome to the Velvet Room. That marks the end of the story of their festival. Well, did you enjoy it?
Yeah? The woman laughs pleasantly, then averts her gaze, as if looking somewhere far away.
People are clumsy beings, no? They know that interacting with others can be painful and can bring suffering.
That's why you never leave the house.
Yet without that connection with others, they cannot move onward. Is that the reason? Those children who once averted their eyes, even from themselves, overcame countless ordeals and matured. They have grown into
Well,
people who can
matured,
convey their
some of them.
experiences to the ones they meet, guiding them along.
With that, the woman returns her gaze to you and smiles with unexpected tenderness.
What a truly delightful tale. Watching them makes me begin to think that this may be the truth behind your lives. By interacting with others, you learn. Your hearts swell, and then you convey what you've learned to those after you. If that is the truth behind your lives, then I think I can understand a little of why you came here. But I digress. Now, go on. I've told you about him, and with what you've learned, I'm certain that you'll be able to convey this tale to another. Yes, just as he did.
Wait, you want me to max my social links? Bye-bye!
One more thing. There is no need to worry about them. As I said before, their journey will never end.
They'll never get a moment's rest.
Just as they guide others along, they will also experience those encounters themselves. Well then, may we meet again somewhere, someday.
Bye, Margaret. I do need to play those Q games, which I think you're in. Finn, alright. So, we'll be playing Genshin Impact now. We'll do the free dances. Not next week, because I want to do extra Outlast. I'll probably look to see how many free dances there actually are.